Hey Mixers, welcome back to another WNBA player props video. We had a pretty good day. We will go ahead and review that, but first we got to give away some cash. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll get into the review and we'll get into some picks for Monday. All right, let's go ahead and spin that wheel. We had 3 of you on the wheel, so I put each of you on the wheel twice. Most people had Jordan Canada. Unfortunately, she sold us. Looks like we have HMC Clendon. He said Jade over points, Cardoso double-double. That did hit. So please email me at elixirmixersllc@gmail.com and I will get that to you tomorrow. All right, game picks went pretty well. I did not do good on the money lines, actually choosing who was going to win the damn game. But 3-1 on the spreads, 3-1 on the totals. Unfortunately, didn't put my money on any of those things. Although I did live bet some of these games, and I made about 1.6 units live betting, which was kind of fun, kind of stressful, but so far it's been really good to me. Okay, here is the review. So our best bets, Jade over 9.5 points. That was sweatier than it needed to be, but she did get there with 12, cashing both the best bet and the bonus bet for plus 155. Will over 3.5 quarter 1 points. She only had 2. She did take 3 shots, I believe, but everyone was involved. Every starter on the team had 2 points or more at the end of the first quarter. So they really shared the ball around in that first quarter. And yeah, Courtney just did not take charge like I kind of thought she would. It was really Olivia most of the time in the first quarter. And then Marina under 26.5 PRA. That one was getting kind of scary because the Sparks were not playing well. And she ended at 21, so I'm glad that we were able to cash that. Jordan Canada over 21.5 PRA. Now, this was not a bad call. She just didn't get there, but she definitely deserves the MVP of this game with her 7 steals. Which was crazy. I mean, they still lost the game, but that was an insane performance from Jordan Canada. It was unfortunate that we couldn't cash the bet. If you'd gone in on her fantasy score, obviously that would have cashed. I don't play a lot of fantasy scores because I like to get my bets in the night before, the day before, and they don't give us those fantasy scores the day before. So unfortunately, missed that one. However, I did tell you in the deep dive that you could take Pow Pow on points. And I also told you could take Alicia Gray on shot attempts, and I did do that, and both of those cashed. So the deep dive, it has value, you guys. I mean, I know that you guys who watch it know, but there's a lot of you who don't watch it, and it has a lot of value in it, I think. All right, so the leans both came through, which is awesome. So Caitlin over 8.5 assists, she had 10. Kayla McBride over 15.5 points, she had 20. And then Cardoso double-double, a little bit sweaty, but she got there with 11 and 12. I think Rakia Jackson going down actually helped her with that. And then we already talked about Jade hitting her line. So we're almost to 50% on the best bets. We're at 42% on the leans. And bonus bets, we are up 3.66 units, only betting half units. If we had been betting full units, we would be up 7 units or so on our bonus bets. So those are hitting at a 67% rate. So what that means is I am going to try to find some more plus money plays for you guys. In fact, in the deep dive yesterday, I told you NECA over 1.5 3-pointers made for plus 139. And guess what? Bam, she hit it. So I didn't play that one, and it was a riskier one, but I felt like the price should have been more, like 180 to 200 or something like that. But anyway, my point is I'm going to try to give you some more plus money plays because we're obviously hitting them and doing really well. All right, I didn't give you any game bets, so nothing for that. Getting into this 2-game slate. Now, it's just a 2-game slate, but both games have high totals, and so you're going to want to be in on it probably because it's going to be a good game for player props. So looking at the Mystics and the Wings head-to-heads from last year, they were 179, 150, 169, so kind of anywhere between 150 and 180, kind of a big range. That could put them anywhere this year between like 157 and 187. So their combined average last year was 158.8. Their combined average this year is 176.6. Mystics are 3-0 ATS, 2-1 to the over. Wings are 1-2 ATS, 1-2 to the under. Well, 1-2 to the over, so 2-1 to the under. So I'm going to go over 170.5 because their combined average is 167.5. And I think that obviously the Wings are at home. They're going to try to win this game, but I don't think they can stop the Mystics from scoring in the paint. So just like a lot of teams have been struggling with it, but specifically the teams that we know are a little bit weaker in the paint, we're going to want to take these Mystics because that's where they are strong. And if you sag off Sony Citron, she's going to score on you. So you can't do that. You can't send extra help to the paint. So it's just going to have to be Alana Shepard or Jess Shepard and Alana Smith guarding the paint, and they're going to have to do it by themselves, basically. So I'm going to take the Wings to win. I'm going to take the Mystics plus 4.5, and then I'm taking the over 170.5. I like the total more than anything, and I will probably be live betting this. So if the Mystics come out really slow, I'll bet the Mystics on the spread. Maybe if the Wings come out really slow, then I'll take them on the money line to win the game, something like that. You guys kind of have gotten the picture by now that I like to do those live betting. I've been having a really good success with live betting the WNBA. All right, and then the second game here is the Sun at the Fire. So neither one of these teams have a good, like, straight up record. The Sun have not won a game. The Fire are 1-2. Obviously, the Sun are traveling clear across the entire country, over from the East Coast to the West Coast. Not as bad as West to East, but still not that great. I'm still going to side with them on everything. So I'm going to take Sun money line because it has money on it. Sun plus 3.5, and then the over 175.5. So those are my leans. I am going to live bet this. So I've already bet Sun money line, and live, I'm going to try and get some plus money on the Fire as well, and then cash out of those as I see fit as the time goes on. Now, both of these teams' combined averages are only 167.5, or it's 167.6 actually, I think. Or 0.7, I guess, is what I wrote here. So that is below this line by almost 10 points. So that's below this line by 8 points. The reason why I want to go over still is because the Sun team and the Fire team both aren't going to play great defense, in my opinion. They haven't shown us that they can play great defense. And the Fire team have shown that they will run and push the pace and put up points even after the game is completely lost. So that last game with the Liberty, it was clear the Liberty had won the game. Like, obviously the Fire were not going to win, but they still played up tempo. They still played fast. They still tried to put points on the board, which forced the Liberty to also put points on the board. And they covered their 15-point spread, which I was leaning towards. And so I think the Fire, win or lose, are going to play down to the last minute here. And I think the Sun can run with them and want to run with them. And they have a lot of bench depth because they've been rotating their starters out pretty frequently. And so I feel like all of the players on the bench and the starting five have all gotten acclimated to the pace of the season. So kind of same with the Fire, really. So that's why I would still lean to the over. So we definitely want some player props in these games. All right, first best bet here. I did tweet this out hours ago, but Paige over 19.5 points. So I've told you to lay off Paige the last 2 weeks. The first time I was right. The second time I wasn't right. She had a great game. But this time I'm going in on Paige because she is, first of all, over 59% of home games. Great shot chart. And then the paint should be clogged up by Kiki and Shakira. So I'm kind of seeing a similar thing as what happened to the Fever, where the paint gets clogged up. Nobody can really score down in the paint. And it's going to be up to the three-point shooting and the mid-range shooting for the Wings to win them this game. So I think that, and if they're losing, I think Paige will take over the game and score a bunch of points. So I like Paige for her 19.5 points. I don't really like anyone else on the team to score, honestly. Obviously anyone else could score, but I just only like Paige's points. I didn't like anybody else's. Okay, on the Mystic side of things, it's a little bit trickier because I like Sony Citron's points. I like Kiki Ariafin's points. Kiki usually plays better in away games. Shakira usually plays better at home. But Shakira has been over this in all 3 games this season because she gets herself to the line. And there have been a lot of fouls called. So I'm going to roll with her one more time. Shakira over 14.5 points. She's gone over all 3 times this season. She's gone over twice against the Wings last year, even though she didn't have success against some of the other teams. And I believe that her and Kiki will be dominating the paint during this whole game. So I will take the over on Shakira Austin over 14.5 points and roll with it. Now that is all I have for you right now. So I just have the 2 best bets. But as I just said earlier in the video, the deep dive gives a lot of value usually. And some of the lines were up. So hopefully we can dive into that and see if some of those lines are up. Since I just have the 2 best bets right now, I know that we're going to have an added place. So what we'll do is, for now, anyone who sees this can just get in for the cash prize giveaway with any comment if these 2 picks hit. If I go ahead and add other players later, then you can go and choose which 2 players you want to be in on. But please don't edit your comment. I've mentioned this before. Do not edit your comment because then I can't see the timestamp. I can't see if you got it in before tip-off. Just post a new comment or a reply to your comment and just like change your picks or whatever it is that you want to do. So don't edit your comment that's already there. If you want to delete it and post a new one, go ahead and do that. Or you can just leave the old one, reply to it, or post a second one. Lots of options, you guys. So also to get in for the cash prize giveaway, obviously make sure you're subscribed to the channel, like the video, and we did give away some cash today. So hopefully we'll do that again. All right, let's jump into Props Madness and take a look at these players' lines in a little bit more depth. All right, so starting with Paige, I already showed you that she has a really good like home split. She's over this line 58.8% of the time, only 42.9% in away games. And then in head-to-head games, she's been right around this line, so 20 and 17. In these games, she took 5 free throws and 5 free throws, so pretty consistent there. This season, she's been taking 10 free throws, 3 free throws, and 3 free throws. So kind of all over the place. It will depend on if she drives or not. Obviously, she put the team on her back to try to win this game, and they lost, and I expect her to be doing that again. So that's why we're going in on Paige. The assist, she had a crazy assist game last time, but that's because the Lynx they're weak down low. The Mystics are not, so Paige is not going to be able to assist down low like she did in that first game. So we're staying off of the PRA and the individual assists and rebounds props. We're just taking points. We just want Paige to score. The first quarter points is a little too high, so I don't think there's any value there. The free throws are like a decent line in my opinion. So if we get this at 4 on like Prize Picks or something like that, you could play that on the over. Hoping for that push or to go over, because I think she will probably take more than 4 free throws. All right, Arike Agumbawale, she has not had really a great history against this team with Paige on the court. So last year with Paige on the court, she had 1 good game here, and then Paige didn't even play this game, and she couldn't get over the line. And then Paige did play this game, and she didn't get there. So I am not in on her points. I would want to be in on her assists, but I just don't trust her. So personally, I would look at the assists. It looks like we're getting some plus money for it. Plus 144 over 3.5, or you can take over 2.5 heavily juiced. So I think there's value there, but I'm too scared to do it because the last time we took her on assist, she didn't hit for us, and it sent me trauma flashbacks from last season when she didn't hit for us, and I had to put her on the ban list. Speaking of the ban list, the Sparks kind of deserve to be on the ban list, but they haven't really lost me any money. So I'm not banning them because like I've been smart enough to stay off of them. And so they haven't really lost me money. Now, Habby didn't get her rebounds prop in that first game, but she did in the second game. So it wasn't a bad read. It was a good read. She just didn't get there, and she only missed by 1. And it's just the Sparks team in general that if they can't figure out how to gel, they are going to be one of the worst teams in the league this year. And that's not what I expected. However, if you watch my win totals video, I did tell you to bet the under on the Sparks. So anyway, that's just a little tangent about the ban list, but they're not on my ban list just because I've been smart enough not to bet on them, really. Every bet that I've made on them hit or hooked. So just saying. Yeah, rebounds for Arike I'm staying off of. So it's assists or nothing for Arike, which is probably going to be nothing. Jess Shepard down low against Kiki and Shakira. She's going to foul them a lot. And they're going to get to the line. Maybe they foul her back and she gets to the line. I don't know. But I'm not touching Jess Shepard in this one. Sorry, guys. The under I'm also not going to do because I think she could. Well, I don't know. Maybe we do the under, you guys. So let's see. 7. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, I had the games from last year off. So let's turn those on. Yeah, I don't think we need to play the under because she could have a crazy rebounding game or a crazy assist game, or she could end up scoring her points line. But I would lean to the under on Jess Shepard 24.5. The game total is super high though, so you don't want to be playing a lot of unders in a high total game. But yeah, that would be my look, is under the PRA 24.5. Odyssey Sims over 10.5 points made. It seems low for her. I mean, she's got a decent shooting matchup. Head-to-head, now she was on the Fever last year. So head-to-head, this is a little bit different, but she was kind of right there with the Fever on the court with players like Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston. So she was still able to get her looks. I don't mind it. I don't like it. I don't mind it. I think you could go in on it. I think you could on Odyssey Sims because she creates her own shot. So she's not going to rely on Paige to set her up. She's going to go create her own shot, take a shot. All right, Alana Smith just consistently still has not gotten here. She only has taken 6 to 8 shots. So if she's only going to take 6 to 8 shots, but she gets to the line once or twice, that puts her over this line if she shoots 50%. So I can't fade it, unfortunately. I want to, but I cannot just because the math says no. Okay, Sonia Citron, 17.5 points. This is a little bit up from 16.5 points. Last year, crushed this team. So, like, the impulse would be to go in on Sonia Citron, and I don't think it's a bad impulse. I'm personally just in on Shakira, so I don't want to be in on both of them. But you can go in on Sonia if you want to. I don't think it's a bad play. I don't really like her rebounding and assisting this year. It has not been consistent. So I wouldn't do the combo line. I would honestly just take the points. First quarter points do seem a bit high. See, she hasn't gotten here. So I guess you could take the under on that, but I wouldn't because this is going to be a fast-paced, high-scoring game in my opinion. And so, yeah, points are nothing for Sonia in my mind. All right. Shakira. So I like Shakira's points because she's been consistently getting herself to the line. So 6 free throws here, 4 free throws here, and 5 free throws here. And she's taking double-digit shot attempts in all of these games. So at minimum, like she's taken 11, 13, and 13. So at minimum, she's going to take 10 shots. These are high-efficiency shots, so she's probably going to make at least 5 of them. That's going to be 10 points right there. And then if she gets herself to the line 4 or 5 times, then she gets over this line with 5 free throws. I think she's going to take her normal 11 to 13 shots, and that puts us at about 12 points, and then she only needs 3 free throws to go over. So I really like this one. She could obviously get herself to the line as much as she wants. My only concern would be she does play better in the home games, not the away games. So she's been playing 30 minutes a game, and that could change. So maybe she only plays 25 minutes and Kiki plays more, which is what they were doing last year. And if that happens, then that's not good. Like if Lauren Betts starts to cut into Shakira Austin's time, then that's going to be bad for her. So we need to keep an eye on that. In fact, we'll look at Lauren Betts' lines and see if she has been taking Shakira's minutes. You could honestly do the PRA. There's a 5-point buffer between what she's been hitting and then like what the line is. And then on the points, there's only like a 2-point buffer. So you could take the PRA if you want to. I don't think that's bad, but I'm just going to stick with the points. All right, Kiki, her points also look good. She's played well against this team. The Mystics in general have played well against this team. And, you know, her rebounds obviously look good. We're not going to get a good double-double line. Let's see, minus 120. Honestly, minus 120 is not bad, and it's pretty fair. But I only play stuff like that if it's, like, plus money. And we're not going to get plus money. We got plus money on Kiki Arifin one time already, and we're not going to get that very often this year. So we took it, we cashed it, and, you know, if you want to play it for minus 120, you could. And I think she'll get there for you. But I don't think the value's gone. Okay, looking at Georgia Amore really quick. Her assists is normally 4.5. It looks like it's going to be 3.5 for this game, but heavily juiced to go over. And so it will be 4.5 probably on the DFS apps for some plus money. And I'm not going to take it. I took it in this Fever game because they do give up a decent amount of assists. And she frustratingly didn't hit it. She didn't play in overtime at all. Not even 1 minute of overtime. I don't know why. And she had a couple of plays that should have been assists, but were either whistled dead or one, like Sonia made the basket, and I guess it just didn't count as an assist because Sonia had she created her own shot a little bit too much, I guess. But it looked like an assist to me. So unfortunately, we didn't cash that when we hooked it. And then the Wings this year specifically have been limiting assists. So Olivia Miles did not go over her assist line against the Wings team. Caitlin Clark did not go over her assist line against the Wings team in week 1. Or in game 1. And so I'm not going to play an assist play here either. I just wanted to tell you guys that. And then Lauren Betts, it looks like she has been playing 12 minutes, 18 minutes, and 14 minutes. So hopefully she sticks right around 15 minutes. But if she starts to get up to 20 minutes, that's how we know we need to start backing off of Shakira. Okay, so that's that game. The Sun and the Fire. Looks like we are getting some lines. So that's good because I wasn't really seeing very many earlier. Carla Late is questionable. I'm not wanting to put money on her anyways. Because like this is heavily reliant on her free throws. 11 free throws made, 5 free throws made. She would have missed this line if she hadn't had all those free throws. So I don't want to be in on that personally. I think the Sun will foul. They're one of the highest fouling teams. So you could probably count on it, honestly. But it's a little bit too risky for me. Bridget Carlton, I'm probably more interested in her, even though last time I told you I wouldn't play her, and that was the right call, obviously. She only had 11. But I'm more interested in her in this game because she clearly has the usage. Her usage this year is 20%, which is pretty good. So I guess you could go a full PRA. She honestly hasn't been rebounding too much, like very inconsistently. She just has been scoring. So let's see. 10 shots, 16 shots, 11 shots. So she's probably going to take at least 10 shots. Probably get herself to the line 2 or 3 times. It's a fair line. It's a fair line. I'm not playing it right now, but I'll think about her. Okay, Louisa Gieselsoder, 10.5 points seems a bit high for her. She's only taking, 10, 10, and 6 shots. So she's reliant on those assists to get her points. And so if Carla Late and some of the other players aren't going to be able to assist to her, then she's probably not going to go over this line. I'd be more comfortable with the rebounds line a little bit. I think the Portland Fire are going to get out-rebounded by this Sun team, though. That's why I think the Sun can win. Anissa Morrow, I've been a big proponent of hers, but now her line's going up, even though she missed it in the last game. And not only did she miss it in the last game, but she lost some usage to Aaliyah Edwards. And that's going to happen. So now that Aaliyah Edwards is back playing for this team, she's going to take on a lot of usage, and that's going to steal from bench players like Anissa Morrow specifically. So I don't want to take the points. I am interested in the rebounds. It looks like we're getting it at 10.5. So Novig is giving us a plus 102 for this at 10.5 to go over. So the double-double should be plus money as well then. Looks like we're not getting a double-double odds, but it should probably be plus money because a double-double is just inherently riskier. And so you get plus money even though you only have to hit 10. Just trust me, it's going to be plus money somewhere. Slight plus money. So I will probably take that. I will take the double-double on Anissa Morrow for slight plus money. She barely got there in the last game, but she should easily be able to get there in this game. In fact, I would almost say we could probably play her rebounds up. Like, this Storm team is probably more equivalent to what this Fire team is going to look like than the Aces. So I would say, I don't know, you could probably play her up to 11.5 for sure. Let's get some plus money there for 12. And then maybe even over 13.5. That seems crazy, but let's just see what the double-double comes out. If the double-double is plus money, then we'll do over 9, let's see. That double-double is basically playing over 9.5. So we'll play over 8.5 for the lower line or 7.5, whatever they give us for minus 200. And we'll do a little ladder on Anissa Morrow, and we'll just do 8, 9, and then 9 would be the double-double, and then 10 and 11. That's probably good enough. So 4 rungs of the ladder there. That's probably what we'll end up doing. I'll post it in the comment if that's what I end up doing based on the prices. Okay, Brittany Griner, she probably will be back. Olivia Nelson-Nadota is ruled out according to this site. So that means they're going to need Brittany Griner to be there. She'll probably go over her points line just because she accidentally will go over her points line. And then she'll probably go over her rebounds line, not going to lie, because this Portland team cannot rebound. She's going to be the tallest person on the court. She's going to get her 5 or 6 rebounds. So if she gets 6 rebounds and scores 13 points, that's 19.5. I think the points rebounds line is a fair one. You could play over on that. She's going to play close to 30 minutes, so 25 to 30 minutes, somewhere in there. And I bet she does get that usage. So I like the rebounds more than anything. So if you just want to play the rebounds, they're a little juiced. So that's why. All right. I still like it. So this is lean status. If she even plays the game, then this would be lean status 19.5 over. But I'm not going to put it on as a play probably. I said that about Kayla McBride and then I put her on. So I might end up putting her on. Who knows? But I don't think so. I just want to be betting on Anissa Morrow mostly. And then Haley Van Lith, I do actually want to be betting on because her usage on the team has gone up steadily. So 14 minutes, 20 minutes, 22 minutes, 22 minutes. So I think we can expect her to play 22 minutes, be in that guard rotation with Sanai Rivers and what's her name? Diamond Miller, yes, Kennedy Burke, but Kennedy Burke, Sanai Rivers, Haley Van Lith, and then Heath Ledger Walker. We never get lines for her, but she's going to play some minutes as well. So, but I like Haley Van Lith over her assists. Oh, they're a little high. I thought it was going to be 3.5. Yeah, I still like it. I still like it. All right, we're ignoring that. We're not going in on it. Sanai Rivers, let's just check it out real quick. 9.5 points, 4.5 assists, 3.5 rebounds. Let's see points and assists. 13.5. I don't hate it, but she's only done it in 1 out of 4 games this season. So let's just lay off. Let's see what one of these guards is going to emerge as the guard probably over the next couple of weeks. And so let's give it a rest and not bet on the guards for now. So Brittany Griner, we might need to bet on points, rebounds, and then Anissa Morrow rebound ladder, maybe a mini ladder on her. And then I do want something on the fire side. I want to see if Carla Late is ruled out. I want to see if their bench players are going to get lines because Shug Sutton, I'm interested in her points assists because she got 8 points and 8 assists in that last game when she took over for Carla Lake. She only played 20 minutes, was super effective against the Liberty, and now she's playing the Sun, who are a pretty bad team, honestly. So like a points assist line for her over 9.5, that's the suggested line that it might come out at, would be amazing. So I'm going to keep my eye on some of these bench players and see what we get on them. Probably not Diamond Miller, probably not Kennedy Burke. Yeah, probably just Shug Sutton then, Brittany Griner, and Anissa Morrow. Those are the ones I'm interested in, but we need to see if Carla Late is going to play or not. And that is it, you guys. We only had 2 games, so quicker video today. We only have 1 game on Tuesday, so it's going to be even quicker video. So don't forget to get in for the cash prize giveaway with that comment. And then don't forget to like the video, make sure you're subscribed, use the hype button if you're on mobile so that you can help this channel grow. You guys know that I don't ever ask you guys for money. So those little free things you can do for me, I really appreciate. All right, thanks guys.